Airline reservation system. This is use case diagram. It describes the functional requirements of the systems from the perspectives of the users. And we use symbols in a use case diagram, such as this is the stick in a figure. It's called actors. It represents the external entities that interacts with the systems, and in here passenger and systems are the actors. And oval shape, it represents a specific function or services the system performs, like make reservation, request for seat availability, print report, and cancellation, and check status. And this lines connects the actors and use case, showing they are involved in that action. And next is the class diagram. This is the class diagram of airline railway reservation system. Yes, purpose of the class diagram is a static diagram that shows the system structure by detailing its classes, attributes, and relationship. The three components is contains the class diagram in a one container. And first section consists of class name, and middle is consist of variables, and bottoms is consist of methods. In here the class name is ticket reservation, passenger info, and seat availabilities, and train info. And the variable name used as passenger id, passenger name, age, address, and phone number, and train id, journey date. These are all the variables name. And the methods we use, what are the operations and functions to be performed, add passenger, update the status, and reserve the tickets, and cancel the tickets. These are all contains in a class diagram. In the lines, which is all classes connected to and connected and extends the variables and methods. And this is the sequence diagram. And the purpose of the sequence diagram is interactions. It is also called as interaction diagram, that shows how objects are operates within one another in order that over the time. And the top boxes is called as lifelines, represents the participants in the interactions, that is applicants and airline database. The vertical dashed lines represents the existence of an objects over the time. And vertical rectangle of an lifeline indicates when an object is actively performing an operation. And arrows represents the communication between the two objects. In here we have to sequentially communicate like in a step by step, like login and display form and filling form, and selecting the flight and booking the ticket, and cancelling the flight and verifying the ticket, and then display the ticket information, and then issue the ticket acknowledgement. These are all the operations will be performed by sequentially. And then this is the collaboration diagram. It is similar to the sequence diagram, but it focuses on the structural organizations of objects rather than the chronological timing. Like it may be communicate with anywhere. Rectangle shows the entity of an interacting, and the lines with numbered arrows shows the sequence messages. For example, logins and login verifications, the number indicate the order of the executions of each operations. And selecting the flight and booking the ticket, cancelling the ticket, this is from the system to be performed. And then verifying the ticket, then the database gives all the information to the applicant, like display ticket info and issue ticket acknowledgement. This is the collaboration diagram. And this is the state diagram of airline railway reservation system, and it describes the different states of an object goes through the life cycle. It responds the events. And the solid black cycle is the initial state of the process, And rounded rectangle represents the conditions during the lives of an objects, like login, filling details, and selecting the flight, book ticket, search, and cancel. The arrow shows the movement from one state to another state. And bull's eye cycle is the final state where the process to be ended. This is the state chart diagram. And this is the uh, deployment diagram. This diagram shows the physical hardware where your software will sit. If the code is the soul, the deployment diagram is the body. And it contains a 3D cube as a symbols and represent the physical piece of a hardware or an executing environment. And box inside the node, it is the artifact and represents the actual file or software being deployed, like e-ticketing and login, filling details, and selecting the flight. And the solid line is the communication path, shows how the hardware pieces are to be talked to each other. And this is the activity diagram. The purpose of the activity diagram is a flow chart that shows the step-by-step workflow of activities and actions. And initial is and final node as the same as the state chart, and it is start as the solid circle and end as the bull's eye to end. And the rounded rectangles are the activity or actions that represents the specific task being performed. For example, login, fill details, select the flight, and booking the tickets, and etc. And the arrows shows the order in which activities occur. Unlike the state chart, this focuses on the work being done rather than the states of the object. Thank you.